The cameras roll as Hillary Clinton sits across from Donald Trump in what was billed as a groundbreaking interview. However, no one expected the fireworks that were about to erupt. Clinton, her voice sharp and unwavering, begins. "Donald, your presidency was the epitome of chaos. You have damaged this nation in ways we may never recover from." Trump smirks, his arms crossed. "Oh, Hillary, don't start with your drama. You've had your shot, and America moved on. For a reason." The tension thickens as Clinton's eyes narrow. Moved on? To a reality TV president who dodges accountability like it's a sport? "You're a fraud, Donald." The studio audience gasps. Trump, not one to back down, leans forward, his tone mocking. "Fraud? Coming from you, that's rich. Remember the emails? Remember Benghazi? You're the queen of scandals, Hillary." Clinton slams her hand on the table. "Enough with the deflection. You've lied, you've cheated, and you've turned the presidency into your personal PR stunt." Trump bursts into laughter, waving her off. "Your bitterness is showing. Face it, Hillary, you'll never be president." Clinton, now visibly furious, retorts, "At least I didn't leave this country in shambles. You've divided the people, emboldened extremists, and ruined our standing globally." Trump rolls his eyes, gesturing dismissively. "Spare me the lectures. You're just mad because I've done what you couldn't win." The exchange spirals into a fiery back and forth, the host unable to regain control. Clinton declares, "This isn't about me. It's about your betrayal of everything America stands for." Trump counters, "And it's about your inability to move on. Get over it, Hillary." The interview ends with the two shouting over each other, the audience on the edge of their seats. It's a moment destined to dominate headlines for weeks to come. The interview spirals as Clinton shifts gears. "You don't even understand the Constitution, Donald. You treated it like a business contract you could rip up whenever it didn't suit you." Trump smirks, adjusting his tie. "And you treated it like a suggestion, Hillary. Let's not pretend your hands are clean." The moderator tries to intervene, but Trump cuts them off. No, let's let her talk. She loves to lecture, don't you, Hillary? It's all you have left." Clinton scoffs, shaking her head. "You think this is about me? No, this is about every American who suffered because of your reckless policies and your lies." The audience murmurs, tensions palpable. Trump leans back, his grin widening. "Reckless? You mean like your foreign policies that turned entire regions into war zones? I cleaned up your mess." Clinton slams her fist on the armrest. "Cleaned up? You created chaos. You sided with dictators and alienated our allies. You're a disgrace." Trump shrugs nonchalantly. "At least I didn't sell out to corporate interests. You were in Wall Street's pocket your entire career." Clinton points a finger at him. "That's rich coming from you, Mr. Tax Evader-in-Chief. Where are your tax returns, Donald? What are you hiding?" Trump waves her off dismissively. Yawn. "Old news. Hillary. Nobody cares. You're just jealous you didn't have the genius to work the system." The back and forth intensifies as Clinton fires back. "Genius? You've conned your way through life, leaving bankruptcies and lawsuits in your wake. You've exploited this country at every turn." Trump counters, "Exploited? Like how you exploited your position as Secretary of State to benefit your foundation. Talk about corruption." Clinton rises from her seat, the fire in her eyes unmistakable. "You have no right to lecture anyone on corruption. You've undermined democracy, stoked division, and left this country weaker." Trump stands as well, towering over her. "Undermined democracy? Hillary, you're the sore loser who couldn't accept defeat. The real threat to democracy is you." The audience gasps as the two stand face to face, the moderator frozen, unsure how to proceed. Clinton jabs her finger into the air. "History will remember you as a conman and a coward." Trump laughs loudly, the sound echoing across the studio. "And it'll remember you as the biggest sore loser in American history. Go write another book about it, Hillary." Clinton shoots back, "I'll write the truth about how you've endangered this nation for generations." Trump snarks, "Truth? From you? That's comedy gold." The argument continues to escalate, each trading increasingly personal insults. Clinton accuses Trump of eroding trust in institutions, while Trump blames her for decades of elitist failures. Their voices grow louder, the studio erupting into chaos. Producers signal to cut to commercial, but the cameras stay rolling, capturing every fiery moment. Clinton's voice cracks as she declares, "You'll never understand what it means to truly serve this country." Trump retorts, "And you'll never understand why the people rejected you, twice." The interview ends abruptly as both storm off the stage, leaving a stunned audience and a flabbergasted moderator behind. It's a clash destined to dominate headlines and divide the nation even further. Clinton remains standing after the segment break, her energy seemingly renewed. "You know what, Donald? I'm tired of your arrogance. It's not just offensive. It's dangerous." Trump, still seated, crosses his arms. "Dangerous? You're the one who called half the country deplorables. You insulted the very people you claim to represent." Clinton snaps back. "And you pandered to them with empty promises, Donald. You've left your supporters worse off, and you know it." Trump smirks, leaning into the microphone. "The only thing worse off is your political career. I won. You lost. Twice." Clinton fires back. "Winning doesn't absolve you of incompetence. You've turned the presidency into a circus, Donald." Trump interrupts with a sarcastic chuckle. "And you would have turned it into a library seminar. Boring. America wanted a leader, not a lecture." The moderator tries to regain control. "Let's focus on policy." "Both of you." Clinton cuts them off. "No, this is important. People need to see the kind of leader he is. One who dodges responsibility and blames everyone else." Trump rolls his eyes dramatically. "Oh, please. Responsibility? Like you took responsibility for Benghazi? Give me a break." Clinton slams her hand on the podium. "Don't you dare bring up Benghazi, Donald. You have no idea what leadership in crisis even looks like." Trump shakes his head. "Leadership? Hillary, you've been in politics for decades and accomplished nothing." "I built an empire." Clinton retorts sharply. "An empire built on lies, lawsuits, and exploiting workers. That's your legacy." The tension in the room thickens as Clinton continues. "And let's not forget your ties to Russia, Donald." "Care to explain that?" Trump waves dismissively. "Fake news. You're the one who sold uranium to them. Remember Uranium One? That's on you." Clinton looks directly into the camera. This is classic Donald Trump. Deflect, distract, and deceive. "America deserves better." Trump scoffs loudly. "And you were the alternative? No wonder America chose me. At least I speak the truth." Clinton steps closer to him. "The truth? You've made lying an art form. Every time you speak, fact-checkers go into overdrive." Trump leans back, his voice dripping with sarcasm. "And you've made whining an art form. Blame everyone but yourself, Hillary." The audience gasps as Clinton responds, "Better to whine than to lie and cheat your way through life." Trump stands up, towering over her. "Cheat? You're calling me a cheat? Ask the DNC about cheating. Bernie Sanders knows all about that." Clinton doesn't back down. "At least I didn't incite a mob to attack our democracy." "You're a danger to this nation." Trump points a finger at her. "And you're a danger to common sense. Your policies would have bankrupted this country." Clinton's face flushes with anger. "You've already bankrupted it. Morally, ethically, and financially. You've set us back decades." The moderator's voice quivers. "We need to move on." Clinton interrupts again. "No, let's stay on this. The people need to see what a fraud he is." Trump grins. "Keep talking, Hillary. You're just making sure I win again in 2028. Clinton laughs bitterly. "If you're not in prison by then, Donald, accountability is coming for you." Trump claps his hands mockingly. "Good luck with that. Meanwhile, you can go write another book about what happened. Maybe call it What Didn't Happen." Clinton shakes her head, visibly frustrated. "You've never taken this job seriously, Donald. It's always been about you." Trump shrugs. "And you've never taken losing seriously, Hillary. That's why you're still here, ranting about 2016. The room feels electrified as the two continue their verbal sparring, each insult sharper than the last. The moderator, now visibly sweating, attempts to wrap up. Final thoughts. Please, just 1 minute each, they plead. Clinton glares at Trump. My final thought. This man is unfit for office and a danger to democracy. Trump retorts, and my final thought? Hillary Clinton is a relic of the past, and America rejected her for a reason. The broadcast ends abruptly, cutting to a flustered anchor who tries to summarize the chaos. Social media explodes with reactions, the incident trending worldwide within minutes. If you need further expansion or refinements, let me know. As the cameras continued rolling, the fallout from the fiery exchange became impossible to contain. Clinton, refusing to sit down, turned to the audience with an impassioned plea. This isn't about me. It's about you. It's about the American people who deserve better than a man who prioritizes his ego over their future. Trump, still standing and adjusting his tie, interrupted with a scoff. Oh, give me a break, Hillary. You had decades in politics to fix things, and what do you have to show for it? Scandals and excuses. Clinton shot back. And what do you have, Donald? A trail of bankruptcies, lawsuits, and broken promises? You've never built anything lasting. Only chaos. Trump leaned forward, his voice growing louder. I built an economy that worked, Hillary. Under my administration, America thrived until your party tore it down. The moderator tried to interject. Let's keep this civil, but Clinton wasn't finished. Thrived? Millions were left behind under your leadership, Donald. The only people who thrived were the ultra-wealthy, including yourself. Trump grinned, clearly enjoying the battle. And under you, Hillary, the only thing that would have thrived is bureaucracy. You wanted more taxes, more regulations, and more government control. Clinton stepped closer to Trump's podium, her voice rising. What I wanted was accountability. Something you've avoided your entire life. Trump, pointing directly at her, responded, accountability? That's rich coming from someone who destroyed evidence with BleachBit. Remember the emails, Hillary? The audience gasped as Clinton retorted. Emails? You're still on that? Meanwhile, you've obstructed justice at every turn and incited an insurrection against our democracy. Trump waved his hand dismissively. Fake news. I didn't incite anything. You and your party just can't accept that the people didn't want you. Clinton's voice cracked with frustration. The people didn't want lies, Donald. They wanted hope, and you sold them fear. Trump chuckled sarcastically. Fear? Hillary, your entire campaign was built on fear. Fear of me, fear of change, and fear of losing your precious power. The tension in the room reached a boiling point as Clinton leaned in. You talk about power, Donald, but all you've done is abuse it. From day one, you've treated the presidency like a reality show. Trump raised his eyebrows mockingly. And you treated your campaign like a charity drive for the Clinton Foundation. Don't lecture me about ethics. The moderator, desperate to regain control, held up their hands. Let's redirect to policy, but Clinton interrupted. No, we need to stay on this. The American people need to see who he really is. Trump smirked. Oh, they know who I am, Hillary. That's why they voted for me and not for you. Clinton gestured to the audience. He lies with every breath, and yet people like him because he tells them what they want to hear. But the truth matters, Donald. Facts matter. Trump crossed his arms, his tone dripping with sarcasm. Facts? Hillary Clinton lecturing on facts? That's a joke. Your entire career is built on spin. Clinton's voice rose. Spin. You're the king of it. You've convinced people that up is down, that lies are truth, and that you alone can save them. Trump laughed loudly. And yet, here you are still trying to explain why you lost. Maybe stop blaming everyone else for your failures. Clinton slammed her fist on the desk. I'm not here for me, Donald. I'm here because the damage you've done to this country is unforgivable. Trump shrugged. The only damage I see is what your party has done since I left office. Inflation, crime, weakness. Congratulations, Hillary. Clinton shook her head, her voice trembling with emotion. You've emboldened hate, undermined democracy, and left this country more divided than ever. Trump leaned into his microphone. And you've done what exactly? Wrote a book about it? Real impressive, Hillary. The audience murmured as Clinton turned to them again. This isn't about books. This is about integrity, something he doesn't have and never will. Trump smirked, shrugging. You keep talking about integrity, but you're the most corrupt politician this country's ever seen. Clinton's frustration boiled over. Coming from you, that's laughable. The grifts, the schemes. Your entire administration was a revolving door of scandals. Trump jabbed a finger at her. And yet, I accomplished more in 4 years than you did in 4 decades. Clinton threw her hands up. Accomplished? You mean tweeting at 3 a.m., cozying up to dictators, and playing golf while Americans suffered? Trump leaned back, feigning innocence. I call that leadership, Hillary. You might want to try it sometime. The moderator's voice trembled as they tried to end the chaos. We need to wrap this up. Clinton cut them off. No, the people deserve to hear the truth. Donald Trump is a fraud and a failure, and history will remember him as such. Trump grinned confidently. And history will remember you as the worst candidate in American history. Period. The broadcast cut to commercial, but the damage was done. Social media exploded, with hashtags like hashtag Hillary versus Trump and hashtag presidential meltdown trending worldwide. Analysts debated the fallout, with some praising Clinton's fiery passion and others lauding Trump's unshakable confidence. The nation was once again split down the middle, each side convinced their champion had prevailed. Outside the studio, protesters gathered, some chanting in support of Clinton, others waving MAGA flags and cheering for Trump. The clash had reignited the bitter divisions that had plagued the nation for years.